You are now at the round table with Lenny S, Maya the Brazilianaire, and Big Mike.
Okay, everybody, on with the show!
Take a seat and tune in.
Yo, my nigga, what up? What's good, y'all? It's Raekwon the Chef, man. And I'm hanging out at the round table with Lenny S, Maya B, and my man Big Light. You know what it is, man. Rock me TV, nigga. Don't shrink that screen, man. Word up.
Yeah, once again, we back on the motherfucking round table. Straight up New York City. Lenny S, Maya the B, and I'm Big Light. To my left is the legend, Raekwon the Chef, Shaolin in the building.
Yeah, you know what it is.
Speaking of Shaolin, and it goes back to how you answered one of Maya's questions about how I was being from Staten Island, being the forgotten borough. What it was like to start venturing into the city to do the mixtapes back in that era. What was it like for Wu-Tang?
I mean, you know, everybody wasn't really too much caught into the mixtape shit like that. You know what I mean? I could curse?
You can say whatever you want.
All right, because you know I've been holding back.
Go
But, you know, everybody wasn't really fucking with the mixtape world like that, like I was, because, you know, I always been an international known nigga through the city. And, you know, I was more or less involved because a lot of my friends was associated with it, you know, such as yourself, you know, Ron G, you know, I mentioned him on Criminology, so I already had a rapport with these cats in the game. And, you know, I looked at the mixtape world as basically, you know, it's an opportunity to help other dudes do their thing on top of still be one of the requested main dudes in the street music that's popping, you know what I mean? So anything that we could do to really make a lane for our shit, I was already on it, you know what I mean? And that's how I even got involved with knowing about the Ron G's, because, you know, we always listen to Kid Capri tapes or whatever, but when I started fucking with Ron G at that time, that's when I really started taking a look at it. But the clan wasn't really into all that mixtape.
But when y'all finally came in, because as God bless the dead, Biggie, we had Biggie doing it, we had everybody, but we didn't have y'all. Yeah. But y'all be the first people we brought as like a group like this, and y'all tore it the fuck up.
Yeah, you know what it is. I mean,
you know, like I said,
mixtapes is like, you know, because back then, some niggas had a problem with that. You know what I mean? Like, you know, using a nigga's shit and, you know what I mean? Like I said, I know Clue from a long time ago, and I remember that was always Clue motto. He would tell a nigga, yo, put your joint on the thing or whatever. So, at the end of the day, I mean, we was more or less about just representing where we come from and just getting these albums out to y'all. You know what I mean? See how y'all feel.
Right. There was actually a recent video of Pistol Pete talking about you and he kind of not having your back, but kind of being there when you had a problem with Biggie. Is that true?
I mean, well, you know, first and foremost, I don't never like to speak on the, you know, the deceased, you know, because he's not here to defend himself. But back then it was a competition thing, you know what I mean? And you know, we happened to be one of them groups that was coming in on some rebellious shit. We didn't care about nobody, not outside of just Big, but whoever was hot, we didn't give a fuck about you. We was coming in to take our corner and do what we got to do. But everything was still out of respect for the next man, especially B.I.G., because Meth was already rock and rolling with Big at some point. You know what I mean? So it wasn't like it was straight animosity, but at that time, we coming up.
Right.
You know what I mean? We coming up, we making our noise, and we really feel like at that time nobody was fucking with us. Right. You know, and you know, like I said, I ain't know Pete like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? I knew of Pete. You know what I mean? See, one thing about me, I'm always keep myself attached to the street side. I'ma know who's certain dudes. You know what I mean? And at that time, I ain't really know him like that. So yeah, it's a possibility that it could have been going down and, you know, Rock, whatever, you know what I mean, told Pete, yo, hold me down. I don't know what's going to happen or whatever. So I feel like at the end of the day, that's what you're supposed to do for your man. If that's your man, you know, y'all got a certain kind of rapport in the street and you feel like it's going to be some tension in the air, of course you're supposed to lean over to your man and be like, yo, it might go down, B, you got me? So I feel like ain't nothing wrong with that.
Is that your man now?
Oh, that's my heart. I love that dude. You know what I mean? He's a real dude, and you know, like I said, I'm the type of dude, because I ain't going front. I've been getting money in the street on some we them niggas that was coming up to 139th and 140th and sitting out there with a bag of money or whatever. So I'm always going to relate myself to the legends in the street. You know what I mean?
Speaking of that era, so I'm gonna take you back to a concert at the Beacon Theater. Biggie and y'all.
Yeah, my man Ghostbuster shot.
Yeah.
My man Ghostbuster
You know,
shot in the
Beacon. That was the tension that Maya was. You know, it was an incredible type of tension. It wasn't bad though, but it was incredible in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was
Biggie
rocking.
came out with the king chair, with the king hat, and Puffy behind him.
I ain't even see all of that. Like I
Then
said,
y'all
when we was
came out
coming in,
on some
we was
crazy
on some hooligan shit.
Yup,
man.
they came in 100 deep.
Back in them days, we was hooligan down.
100
You know what I
deep.
mean? 100 niggas just
Smoking
pushing
that
through,
shit. That
smoking
didn't smell
weed.
right.
We just, you know what I mean? Give us the mic, we gonna rap. I ain't really care about all that. I wasn't paying attention to it like that. I really could say that for myself. We was idiots back then, but we was on.
But
you
for
know what I
me
mean?
being
That
out
was young when
there,
it come up. No,
no, I was just saying, for me being out there in the crowd, Lenny, Maya, the tension to see both of them perform, because y'all came after them that night.
Yeah.
I never forget this. Y'all came after them. And it was just how the concerts was. They not like this no more, Lenny.
Yeah, man, it's
I mean,
crazy.
when
Yeah, you ain't
people
getting
came
that.
out, Maya, people beaconing, but so big. People rushed from the back, ran up to it was like Madison Square Garden up in that
Yeah.
mother.
You're right.
But them was the early days. That's
In the
how hip hop was.
In the beginning, you said
Crazy.
you was, I understand the whole keeping yourself distant from everybody and not on no industry shit. Then y'all came out, y'all started selling platinum albums. At what point in, let's say, y'all career or even your career, did you say, all right, maybe these guys ain't my enemies, or maybe,
I mean, they never was my enemies. It's just
Not
that
enemies, but
if I'm rolling with a team, that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
We don't care about anybody after that. So it was never at that level where we was enemies. You know what I mean? And like I said, Meth and Big had a relationship. You know what I mean? And at that time, me and Ghost, we was super cocky, man. You know what I mean? We knew we had a hard album. We was going through our shit. We had our army with us. We didn't give a fuck about Meth's relationship with Big at that time. It wasn't personal. You know what I mean? Maybe if I would have did something with Big back then, it probably wouldn't have ever been nothing to look at Big. So at that time, like I said, we was just them kind of dudes. You know what I mean? And it was never personal. You know what I mean? So I can't sit here and really act like I really had a beef, because when you got a beef with a nigga, it's a real beef. It ain't just a verbal beef. We wasn't about the verbalness. We was more or less about getting it in. That's a beef.
Yo, this was about y'all.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Staten Island, like I said, when you coming from Staten Island, it's like, I've been going mad places, my nigga, and I be getting upset sometimes when people don't be acting like they acknowledge Staten Island when they mention Brooklyn, Bronx, Queens, Manhattan. It's like motherfuckers stop when they say, you know what I mean? And we like, yo, hold up, we take that personal.
Yeah.
I still take that personal to this day. I don't give a fuck if I'm the only Staten Island nigga in there. I'm on some say Staten Island, motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, that's how we felt.
Y'all put it on the map.
Yeah.
People wasn't shouting out
Yeah.
until y'all came out.
Yeah.
And it became part of the conversation in all mixtapes, all parties.
Yeah.
Shaolin, just like the Bronx, Boogie Down, Uptown,
Right.
was part. Y'all made it part of the culture.
Exactly.
You understand? It
But
is
it was
what it
always about
Y'all
just
forced it
making
in.
ourselves be felt. You know what I mean? Like when you look at the early days when the Force MDs was here, and they was here before Boys the Men and all
Definitely. They
that.
was
It was
singing
just
on the-
them and New Edition.
They was singing on the ferry.
Yeah, singing on the ferry, getting their money or whatever. But it seemed like they still ain't get that
recognition.
initial recognition from New York. So we always would vent about this shit and be tight and be like, yo, we gonna come in and let niggas know what Staten Island is about.
Make that mark.
You violate us, we on some bullshit. You know what I mean? That was just our mind frame back then. It wasn't really, like I said, I didn't learn more about the industry until probably like 90, 98, 97. You know what I mean? When we started becoming more successful and shit. That's when I took it for real.
So speaking of RZA, what's your relationship with RZA now?
That's my nigga. I mean, same dude. You know what I mean? Ain't nothing changed. Same person. We have differences every now and then, and I think that's what men gonna always have.
Right.
We gonna go through shit, but at the end of the day, it's how you take it the next day.
Right.
You feel me? If you can man up and be who you are with me the next day, it ain't nothing. You know what I mean? So it ain't no wars or nothing. We had a war of words or whatever before, And it wasn't just personally me. I was just always the nigga that.
But it stems from professionalism.
to be
It's about
voice-
that music.
Of course.
It was an album that y'all put out that you didn't really was happy
Well, we're
with.
going to talk
Yeah.
about that album
Yeah.
when we come
Yeah.
back.
Let's get into that.
We have
All
Raekwon in the building. Big
Round
Chef.
table,
Yes.
baby. Chef.
Rock Me TV. What up?